So welcome guys to METALLERIUM Pages. It's a great pleasure to talk with you about Space Operation, this new album upcoming, Poison Art, and more things related to the metal world in general. So we are starting by asking how are you doing today and how is the band during the last couple of years, because your previous album was released 5 years ago.
Yeah, 2022. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now these days, uh, I don't know. Like personally, it's hard to explain. Like, uh, let's say it's okay. At least me. I'm alive and I'm happy at least with this. So it's a big thing for us as as Ukrainians, because you know what's happening. I believe this war stuff, and we kind of, I mean, I can't complain. So yeah. And globally, from point of view of music, we are in progress. We go on tour soon, and then headline tour. Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff to do and release of new album. Yeah, so kind of it's cool.
Yeah, it's both like excited and you're getting anxious before because like um, a lot of work needs to be done, like, and we're dropping finally the album, so need to show it properly for people. So it's interesting because we will get some reactions. It's always like kind of hype you up a little bit, but always as I said, I feel the other part too, like kind of being nervous, and kind of being a little bit anxious about it, like, but it's normal because you're like showing something to the world, and yeah, it's excited moment.
Hmm. Okay. So you describe the Poison Art as being written during the darkest period of your lives. So how does this album atmosphere differ from the transformation themes from Imago?
Mm, it was kind of for us, it was really written in really hard times. Personally, our lives was like kind of like falling apart. Like I can tell mostly like about myself, of course, like, but everyone in the band like felt that it's really hard times to do the art. But in the end, we managed to do this album, yeah, through all this hard shit. And yeah, all that hard stuff reflects somehow on this album, on lyrics of this album, on music videos, whatever, or on all the themes. So it was kind of self-therapy in some way, like as I was always using lyrics as kind of self-therapy. So this one was really self-therapy and about very traumatic experience, I can say, in the terms of lyrics and senses and stuff like this. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I even don't know what can I add here. Like, uh, this was really, like, let's say, the most chaotic album recording in our life. Like, but we did it, and yeah, finally it will go live. It will be dropped very soon. So it's nice.
Okay. Now, I also read that you mentioned that this record marks a new era for the band musically. So, what boundaries were you most excited to push or break this time around?
I will let Alex to answer first.
Uh, you asking which bands we? Sorry, I
Bounds, I guess. Bounds, you mean, yeah.
Boundaries.
bound
Boundaries, yeah.
boundaries. Okay. I don't know. Like, hard to explain. Like, it's a very abstract thing, but I think this album is, anyways, it's like organically like continuing the previous records. Like, it's our natural flow, let's say. And it's kind of, you express in art through some circumstances, some through some filters of your mind, of your emotions. And this time it was just like this, and of course also through prism of your previous experience. So yeah, we did a lot of records before. Like, we made many songs, and we have some experience, and I believe this album includes a lot of experience we got from previous art, from previous releases, and it's more mature. I don't know, more like more complicated from some point of view, and I think it's actually also more heavy sometimes. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I was working with sound and I kind of tried to express more energy, you know, to put as much as possible. So when you listen to it, you feel it hits, and it's kind of also changing genre a little bit for me. Like when it sounds a little bit more aggressive with the sound, and it's kind of, yeah, it's a different shape of sound. So yeah, it's very abstract answer, I know, but that's how I feel, like something like this.
Okay, okay. Now, especially for the singles, one of the singles captured my attention, or the recent single is The Ghost Town, deals with a sense of loss that seeps on from dreams into reality. So, what was there a specific moment or dream that sparked the lyrics for this track?
I don't know. It was not like some particular dream, but you know, I always was like amazed about how you're waking up, and this dream is still like, you know, in your reality somehow, and you feel all these emotions, and it was just the first impulse and some kind of picture that I had in my mind, and then some lines was born from that idea, and yeah, it just was this weird feeling that I wanted somehow to express in the song, and the character in the song kind of losing someone important. That's how I imagined it. It's not always like literally in the lyric, but I have like this pictures about all songs, you know, about kind of what's the core, and the character just lost someone really important, like in this dream. And you know, when in our dreams we often feel like we don't have we're punching someone, and it's not hitting well, like, you know, we're chasing something, and we cannot like, and we cannot chase someone, and that's kind of this feeling, you know, the characters kind of see this person, but it's always on the distant, and all the roads he's trying, they're not leading to this person or this image, you know, whatever. So yeah, it was kind of like that.
Okay, okay. Other single that captured my attention is the in the track Drive. You use both English and Ukrainian. So how do you decide which emotions require your native tone to be fully expressed?
Actually, it was like our first time, like we had like our Ukrainian language on our previous record, Imago, but it was from Alona Alona. So we had a feature with the famous Ukrainian rapper girl, and she was singing her part on Ukrainian. But during this album, we decided like, and it was the first track that we dropped from the new album, and we decided that it's somehow right thing to do. Like, I think we always had it on the back of our mind, and it's reverence in the to our Ukrainian roots, you know, to our Ukrainian audience, and it's also something interesting for like European listener. Maybe they will hear some new language, and it's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, like
that
from
was
point
kind
of view of
of
art, and also this Ukrainian part. This Ukrainian part in Tribe was written like mm, like I don't know, a year with something before we started work on this single. Actually, I wrote this part being in Ukraine, in our hometown in Vinnytsia, and I was just playing in studio, and I record this Ukrainian part and just did not use it anywhere, and it was waiting for the moment, and yeah, and we decided to put it on the record after all, because yeah, it's from point of view of art, from point of view of roots, and also the whole song is kind of fits this idea from Ukrainian part also. Yeah, so that's the thing about this combination of languages.
Hmm. Okay, okay, amazing. So now other topic is about the, especially for the video from Halo, use because you use a striking imaginary there. So how much does the visual concept influence the track's structure during the written phase? So and what does the Halo symbolize for the band in 2026?
I didn't get one word, and that's why I didn't get fully the question.
Okay.
First that I understood what like the image like of this halo, yeah, it means like
Yeah,
for us as a band, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
and uh, um, I mean that's all in the lyrics. We're like always mostly doing like our videos. We're trying to get not all the time, but in a lot of cases, influence from the lyrics because there is a subjects in the lyrics that are can be like how to say can be more powered by the video. So it was like mostly from the lyrics. It's like the duality of our human being, good and bad, and how all these themes like collapsing and colliding inside us, and yeah, that's mostly about it. Nothing like specific that I can tell more, but it's like you know, dialogue with some God. I don't know, and. It's just I'm not super religious like person. I believe in something like more, but I like to read. I like to write like and use it as a metaphor that will understand everyone. And it's a powerful like how to say it's a powerful images. Gods, devils, like angels. All this is very culturally like beautiful and interesting, like how we like divide our personalities. We have this devils and this angels inside of us, and you know the shape that we put them in for our mind is very beautiful. All these cathedrals, all this aesthetic, yeah, mostly it was influenced from like from religion type of stuff.
Hmm. Okay. Well, now talking about more the about for the other song, the lies, because that there the drumming is incredibly frantic. So how do you balance that level of technical complexity with a groove that people can actually move to in a live setting or live
Mhm.
setting? Sorry,
in lies, you mean in the song lies?
live setting. So to perform live.
Live
Mm.
to perform live. Um, I don't know, like it's also like natural thing for us. We was doing this all the time. I believe like we make these heavy parts and more light parts, and it's kind of contrast, making contrast between these parts. And yeah, it's our thing, like maybe all years. But of course, this expression of aggression and these heavy parts, it's something, I don't know, something about real energy. Like sometimes it feels like it's just going from, I don't know, from cosmos. I don't know, like you just express something, some aggression, and this is something which can create very special atmosphere. I don't know, like if it's answering the question what you're asking.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Now, I remember that you stated that humans are incredible adaptive. So, how has the ongoing conflict in Ukraine changed your perspective on the magic of changing vibrations or in the atmosphere through music?
How the war changed my perspective of vision of vibrations that are going through music, and how like I don't know if I understand the question correctly, but I will answer it probably in my own way. Like when the war started, like could not write anything. We could not perform. It was so destructive. Like, you thought that like that this band is done, music is done, no one need this shit. There's a war outside. And then like slowly, but we understood like that we should go on stage and perform because people are needed like in it. So during this hard periods, I found that like culture, like whatever music, movies, something that will distract like people from the harshness of the reality is super important for them. Like because they cannot live like and it's about question about adapting.
Mhm.
They cannot live in constant pressure. They need some sort of relief, and they found this relief in like book, in the art, in music, in film, in something. So yeah, it's a very much needed thing, especially during the war. Who could thought, about it? I'm not sure if there was a lot shows during like Second World War or something, or maybe there was like because I don't know, the people are playing on the streets. I have no idea, but somehow they need to have that like
Mhm.
feeling of normal life.
Hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add that also this music, like work with music, making music during this uh, kind of situations, let's say softly, like it's also therapeutical stuff. Like we said, like Dima said in the beginning, like yeah, when you have this mess around you and you have this like question if you even will be alive tomorrow,
Mhm.
you kind of just sometimes just take your guitar or I don't know microphone and you just trying to switch your attention and just make some art, and it's kind of help you to focus on something different at least for some time, so you have a moment for your brain to reboot or something like this. So it was also very important for me. For example, I was making some sketches and kind of I was hiding in process of making music, and it helped.
Of course, it's like art is like the biggest escape room, it's pure escapism from the reality, when you're like watching the video or you're watching the movie or you're diving into creating some art, you're diving into different worlds, like not that there is not reality in this world. You're creating reality in this world, and yeah, it's for all artists. It's I think it's some way of escaping from the reality. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. So, we're very close to end this interview, guys. And for this, what kind of plans do you have, especially for the space operations, this new album? And obviously, perhaps you will release more videos, or perhaps you will do a full Latin American tour. Who knows? What kind of plans do you have
Oh,
in
we
general?
would we would love to. We would love to actually, but we have like a pretty intense like few next months. So we will be playing like headline tour. Right now we're in the middle of our European run with Dimitri Paradox. Then we're dropping album, dropping music video. We're coming home for some time. Then we're going on tour more for our headline shows. So yeah, it will be intensive period, but interesting. Like yeah, let's see.
Yeah, that's true, and hope also that one day we will have opportunity to visit Latin America and play some
Yeah,
shows.
we're so stoked like to play in
Yeah,
this part of the city or in the city, this part of the world. Yeah, it's actually it's one of the dreams. So yeah, maybe some promoters are watching.
yeah,
Take us.
Okay, okay. And one of the last questions for this interview, guys, is well, now your sound is often tagged as transcendence metal, with influence ranging from degen to hip hop and industrial grain. So, how do you ensure the common thread of space variation doesn't get lost?
Hmm. Hmm. So you mean how we get sure that like we're not spilling like our style and not concentrating it? Kind of
Correct.
this is the question, yeah.
Yep.
Mm. I don't know.
I have I have idea about it. Like when we making music and like music and everything around all our art, uh, I believe we often just go with the
With
flow.
our inner, like with our inner feeling, yeah,
Yeah.
and in the end it's still we. So I believe through all this like albums you still can see like kind of the core of the band, even if it's like in different packaging, you know. But I believe so, but maybe we're wrong and we're spilling everything. But you know, it's in the name, like Space of Variations. It's kind of little bit coded, the different options that you can get. Like we're not about like one mood particularly, we're about the clusters like of moods. That's the important and cool for us, because it's like reality. It's not only one emotion, it's not only aggression. So, and we like to drive like people on this like emotional railways, you know, and I feel that they're enjoying it. Like maybe I'm delusional, but who knows?
Yeah, and also I wanted to say that I never feel that I'm forcing myself to do something like, you know, what I don't like, or it must be something like this or this. Everything we do, it's kind of going without like forcing, you know, like it's a natural thing. So I believe all stuff which creating like this, it's like often enough like original, and it's hard to make to do too much stuff, so you kind of start to start confusing people, you know, because still it's you, and yeah, we are not copying somebody. It's like just maybe some subconsciousness stuff which go into our music also. So yeah, I believe uh, we have this. I mean, you actually, you know what? Sometimes I think that we have enough small range of like, I don't know, kinds.
Versatility, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like maybe we can go a little bit like more like far from.
More crazy, yeah. We were thinking like about it in a lot of cases, and I know bands like Sleep Talking, who's going like from like typically pop stuff to some heavy metal stuff, and a lot bands that are genre blending right now in this time. They're showing that there is like market for this different clusters of like, you know, stuff. So yeah, it's I mean, you know what I can tell you, that it's always more interesting for artists to do something new, to try something at least little bit different. You still feel this fire inside you when you're just not doing, oh, I know that I will do one, two, three, four, five, and I will do another regular like stuff, and it's not that much fulfilling as when you're trying some new stuff, new, like, you know, because you need to keep, if you're here for like doing music, it's a long run, so you need to keep this inner fire inside you, and to be interested, like, you know, in exploring the sounds of your band. It's one of that fires that, like, for me personally, it's very important.
Hmm. Okay, okay, I understand. So, well, guys, we arrived to the sad moment of this interview. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure to have
You.
you all today. And perhaps do you want add something to your Latin American fans to expect someday a full Latin American tour, who knows? And obviously, Metallerium followers.
Thank you guys for being with us.
Yeah, yeah, thank you, and hope to see you guys maybe live one day, who knows, and listen to our music, subscribe to everything that you like,
To
to
everything.
our band, to this channel, and yeah, and send us feedback what you think about new record when you hear it.